You can listen everywhere to the Philip Maloney podcast.
So last of the normal whiskies, well, I say normal whiskies, we're going to try the Ardbeg at the very end. However, we are going to do it as but it's going to be done as a smoky old-fashioned. But that's the last one. However, so number 5 is this delightful number. Now, this is an independent bottling.
Yeah, I like the look of this bottle.
It's great, isn't it? Absolutely. The artwork's brilliant. It's called That Boutique Whiskey Company.
Yeah.
Which
will have all the details to these distilleries.
Yep, and
in the details below, or if you're on Facebook, you can see it on Facebook. You can see it on Instagram as well. We put that up there today, all the hashtags and things like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
so this is Benrinnes. So Benrinnes, again, some great information given from Colin Dunn. Thank you very much for that. Predominantly goes into blended whiskies, so you won't actually find a straight Benrinnes. So like you get Glenfiddich 12, 15, 18 and 21 and all that jazz. Yep. You won't find any of that on the shelves. This generally goes into, I think their main thing is like J&B whiskey and Johnny Walker. Diageo, they're the two blends that Johnny Walker mainly kind of rock out.
Right.
This is a 17-year-old, so we're talking some serious good stuff, but great value, especially when it's on offer. Yeah. There was 940 bottles of this, so very limited. Yes, it is more. It's more expensive than the first 3.
Hold that bottle up a second again.
Yep. So here we go. It's a 50 centiliter, so it's not quite a full bottle.
Okay, and is the color of it? It's quite light, isn't it?
Very light.
Yeah. Okay, I noticed that because I didn't want to say it before, but I was just looking at the thing. I thought, have we got these mixed up? But that's like, because I know the next one's a bit special, but this was it's so light.
Yeah. Now you may be thinking, why are you doing it this way around? Because this is not a peated whiskey, but it is 47.6%. So it's a little bit higher in APV than the last one, just a touch.
Yeah.
But it stands up. It's what's really nice and So this has what I like to call in the wine trade as Burgundian filth.
Burgundian filth.
Yeah. So Burgundian filth is basically farmyardy, slightly sulphurous.
Okay.
It's got a little bit of meatiness. Basically, you're trudging around. You got ducks walking behind you. All that kind of filth.
Bit like cow poo.
Yeah, but in a more kind of salacious way.
Okay, so a bit more like silage.
Yeah. But that, but you say that and people are going, I don't want to taste that. I don't want that. However, trust me, sometimes you've got to kind of be in it to win it.
Yeah.
So think about like white truffle. Think about, that's got that earthy kind of slightly meatiness, kind of slightly funkiness. Mm. So this is where I wanted to push the boundaries a little bit. I wanted to give something that you're not going to get on the old shelf, and it's going to be a little bit challenging on the palate, but also if you work with it, you get a lot out of it.
Now, I'm lucky enough to have had truffles.
Yep.
Not the chocolate type. But I know exactly what you mean. There's a perfume to that.
Yeah.
Which is really similar. Really similar. And there is a peaty bogginess about it as well. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Do I like it? I don't know, but
yeah, no, absolutely. But
that's all. That's those tastes are definitely there. I can taste them.
Because people say, as you know, a lot of people will say, "Oh, whiskey's whiskey."
No.
But as we kind of seen tonight or hopefully just a little small snapshot, that you get different flavors, you get different feels, you get different viscosities and everything.
Yeah, because this one is pale. It's almost like an absinthe.
Absolutely. Now, I'm going to go 2 different chocolates for this, if you have enough.
Yeah.
So we're going to go salty caramel to start off with, and then we will give it a little go of the chili action at the end.
My chunks of chocolate are getting bigger and bigger.
Of course, standard.
So what's interesting for me there straight away is in the first 4, the whiskies did more for the chocolate. On this one, I found that, and it might be because it's so old or because the alcohol content is quite high, but the whiskey has mellowed out. Sorry, the chocolate has mellowed out the whiskey. And for me, made it a better, a nicer drink.
Yeah.
In that respect. I mean, that's just my own personal preference, but it's made it. Yeah, it's just made it a lot more palatable, because I don't think I would automatically go for those sort of the peaty boggy.
That mushroomy, truffly kind of area.
Yeah. Perfume.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think it's a really interesting combo, and I really like that.
Yeah. Okay. For me, they kind of just do that, and then they just balance each other out of it.
It adds that synergy, and it adds that kind of equilibrium to it. That really nice. That's what I really like about it.
No, I think that's a good way of doing it. Are we having that with some chili as well?
Let's go for some chili action. You know, why not? Why not indeed?
Where have I put my chili? This will be interesting. I'm expecting it to be really harsh. Okay. It's got the front of my tongue. Now. And it hasn't intensified the chili for me, but I don't know what it's done for you. But for me, I don't know what it is about this whiskey. It's got a lovely bottle. And it'll probably get you really pissed.
So for me, with the chili, it really reminds me of something that you'd actually it would go really well with that kind of, if you added that into kind of a chili kind of meat fest,
right?
And you wanted to have a whiskey with like a chili con carne that you got chili chocolate inside it. with mushrooms and everything like that, that would be paired amazingly with it. I think that would be just a lovely little combo. I think with the kind of salted caramel, I think that adds, it adds a real nice nuance to it. Absolutely. As I say, it's one of those. It's certainly not your standard whiskey. It challenges, but it's one that. Oh, let's go for that. Let's just try a little bit. It's not a kind of a sessional one. It's one that you need to, almost like a Barolo, in terms of wine. You need food with it. You need something with it to really complement it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, for me, that would have to grow on me, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wouldn't be my sort of like. I wouldn't recommend that as an easy drink necessarily. No. I think you've got to be in the game a little bit.
Yeah.
To really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Because it does have a certain complexity, which is a little bit. It's a little bit beyond me.
Yeah, no, look.
To where it is. I mean, I'm searching for it, but I can't really find.
Or again, this is the lovely thing.
It's got the floralness. I mean, like that. It's got that truffly bit. I get that.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it tastes a little bit, right?
Yeah.
If they're listening, it tastes a little bit like fags. Like
funny you say that.
When you smoke a cigarette, it's a little bit cigar-y. It's a little bit.
Now cigar and cigar leaf and things like that are there are tasting profiles like that. So absolutely.
Tobacco-y.
Yeah, tobacco leaf.
Which actually is. It's kind of, it's almost a little bit nostalgic. Do you know what I mean? It's like the front living room. Like, the kids today won't really get it, but it's kind of like, it's got a. No, I don't like it, but it is. It has got that.
No, and you know what?
It's not about whether I like it or not. It does have all of those things. It's got that sort of tobacco-y, truffly notes, the old man's leather couch. It's mature. It's not for
young whippersnappers like
like I said, I wouldn't, that is the whiskey that you sit there and you sort of like, while away an evening, or you put the world to rights with one of your best mates or something like that,
and you smoke a cigar with it.
A cigar would be great with that.
Exactly.
On a train and a bus in a car on the way to your job. All alone with your kids, with your wife, or with your dog. You can listen anywhere. You can listen everywhere. To the Philip Maloney podcast.